me make a case of why black women need to start dating outside their race.
Please do. I hope they do.
Because majority, if there's so many white men that if you just take the ones who are left over, let me stop. It's a joke.
Let me say, black
So,
women
so
need to
when
start
so
dating.
hold on, when you going
Advocate for the leftovers.
when you going to
It's
practice
a
what you
joke.
preach?
Huh?
When you going to practice what you
They
preach?
not gonna do it, Mark.
You what?
Yeah, let's call
They
your
not
bluff.
gonna do it. When she on top and he don't got that rhythm, she's like, wait, just well, why are you moving it? She gonna be like, oh, this ain't working. This ain't working.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Never mind.
My
We know
business on the
Shan
streets.
doesn't do that.
Oh my
Listen,
God,
I'm telling you, black women.
bro. He's, it's a AP that fell out. Man, this show is, bro. This is wild. What in the world are we talking about, bro? Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. Today we are with the Lapeef Experience. Why can men have standards but women can't? Make sure you guys like the video and also subscribe. 1,000 subscribers, that's the goal. But let's go ahead and get this started.
So you have those standards, and it's okay. I think that that's fair. So why is it unfair for women to have their set of standards?
Well, I
What
mean,
are those standards again?
So whatever they ask for, whether it be income, whether any standard a woman has that they claim is they don't look at this guy instead of this guy. Why is it okay for you to have a standard based off a person's her shape? You know,
Yeah, I think I understand. There's a disconnect here. And the disconnect is that it's okay for women to have standards, but a lot of times their standards don't match the outcome that they're looking for. So they have standards that they want this high value man who is monogamous and single, but what you're offering doesn't match what he wants. And if you're saying that marriage is that important to you, well, that's out of the question here. Or it's no, I shouldn't say it's out of the question. It's not probable. So yeah, it's not. I mean, you can take that whatever you want to, but that's I think that's the difference in what we're talking about here. Oh, I could be wrong. I mean, this is the first beginning of the clip. So yeah, let's go.
based off
yeah,
all of these superficial things,
yeah.
why is it okay for you to have a superficial, but she can't? And I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand it because you control marriage, but she controls the yes, I will marry you. Okay,
What?
so just no, because what you're saying, if you can't in one hand say incels don't have access to these women, you overlook these incels. So there's opportunity out there. She just said no to it, just like there are men who are saying no to their opportunity, right? So they're
Yeah.
both saying no. Why is it okay for him to have standards and she can't have standards? At the end of the day, if they want to be lonely and not get married, that's on them. But why is it okay for one to have standards and the other one can't have standards?
Well, as Uncle,
Yeah, this is a matter of who's complaining about the outcomes that they're getting without making the adjustments. So a lot of women claim that there are no good men out here, or they're talking about married, but then they're saying that there are no marriageable guys. Okay, but if that's what you want, then what's more important, your standards or the outcome that you're looking for? You're going to have to make adjustments. I think men are more likely to make adjustments than women are in that, as opposed to as it relates to their standards. And the only reason I say that is because men, we take on a lot more rejection, a lot more pain through the process, and as a result, you get tired of getting told no. So you say, okay, well, I still want what I want, so I probably need to switch up and do something else. I might need to go take that job, where I make more money at the place I hate working at, or I might need to, get in the gym and experience this physical pain, even though I hate working out. But it's little stuff like that. A lot of times, I think that men are forced into, well, not really forced, but it so improving yourself almost becomes mandatory, as in to get the outcomes that you want. A lot of men will get tunnel vision and say, okay, this is what I have to do, I just need to do it. Or they'll sit there and complain on the internet. But like I said, I said this in a previous video, nobody cares about those guys. Like they complain all they want in this video and they get a few views, but in their real life, when they shut the computer off, when the camera goes off, what are they turning around and facing? Yeah, exactly.
What Jeff said on my show today. Women are trying to rob a bank, trying to get a ransom, but you have no hostages. You're bargaining with absolutely nothing. In the black community alone, there's 2 million more of you. So a man doesn't need your yes because he can just slide on down and get a yes from another woman. You're outnumbered,
So
right?
if that is the truth, then why are there incels? Because are they
Because
not men too?
black women have priced themselves out of the market and do not
But
find these
you
men
just
desirable.
said that they can just leave and go grab somebody else, and that's not what you just said.
Well, those men will, yes. Those men will. They will move into social groups, I'm sorry, ethnic groups that will find them desirable. Absolutely.
She has a valid point. What she's doing is attacking the point, the argument that she's making. The missing part of the conversation is, okay, what percentage of men are incels? That's not average. So that's a small percentage. And he wasn't talking about incels in that case. So yeah. Let's keep going.
Absolutely.
Or they just won't marry anybody and smash everything.
They won't
Well,
smash
they're not
anything. They
smashing.
might
That's the
pick up a
I
problem.
said, yeah, I
might pick
forget.
up a
Like,
rifle.
yeah, the
So,
incels aren't smashing, but I don't. How many? Like, what's the majority? Like,
you know what it
what's the
is?
percentage of the community
You
that's
know what it
truly
is?
They claim
incel?
it's a lot.
I'm glad he said that because then we come from this. We need to address something that was very popular. Like I think might have been like 2 months ago, is that 1 in 3 men haven't had sex in a year or is a virgin. Oh my God, these guys aren't here having sex. Well, let's break that down for a second because after a while you gotta we gotta just do some numbers and do some math on here. So it's 1 in 3, right? Is it 1 divided by 3? Is that what we're talking about? Oh wow, 33% of men. Okay, so let's do. We got 100%, right? Minus 33 equals 67% of men have had sex in the last year and are not virgins. So clearly, it's not as big as a problem as people are making it out to be. I think that we need to go back and look at who started sharing those stats and what, because it clearly is popularized on YouTube. What kind of channels are those individuals running? Are they pandering to a certain group of men who like to super chat in? It's interesting, isn't it? But again, math is math. I mean, you can't beat the numbers, and the numbers can't beat you. We already know it's over. That's 67. That's a majority. So listen again. What percentage of men are incels? That's not the majority. So I see where Shan is going with this. I think, but I don't. I seriously doubt they're about to break it down just like I did. But that's the whole point. We got to. This is what I say when I say the gender war is dumb, because this is another gender war talking point. Well, women and all they do all this stuff, and then they're just ignoring all the good men. Really? So this is why we got to start breaking these things down, so that we can move past them. Incels represent a small percentage of the male population. That's why a lot of times they get ignored. If you want to stop being ignored, you're going to have to figure out a way to get yourself up out of that rut, pull yourself up and do something, make yourself stand out somehow. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to go dunk a basketball or go score a touchdown, but figure out you know what, we getting way off topic. Now I have to say that for another video. Let's go.
When we
Is it
get,
really?
so every man has been, so basically, damn, I don't think that applies, but every man has been in the situation, I think, where you realize you just can't be picky. You have you have nothing to bargain with. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think that's where women in general in America are at. The man that you want is, in fact, look at it this way. I had an episode on polygamy. That's actually my favorite episode. I didn't even write a monologue. I thought that episode was gonna bomb. Yo, they came up and blew that shit out the water. So y'all go shout out to that episode. Go watch that after this. But the one I played the first video, the dude broke it down very specifically He said, in this country, there are 7 million more women than there are men. We have 25 million men that identify as sodomites, which are the rainbow community. So take those 98% of the incarcerated population is men. So take all of those men out, every single last one of them, and marry off every single man that's left and look at the shortage you still have of women. He was making a case for polygamy, but I'm making a case of why women can't be picky.
98%. See, this is why we have to start breaking this stuff down, because that stat makes, the way he said that stat makes it seem like, oh, there's a lot of men in prison. There aren't. It's not. And 98% of the men, yeah, because women don't serve, they don't get equal time for men. So of course, the majority of the population, of prison population, is men. But that doesn't tell you how many men are currently incarcerated, does it? No, it doesn't. See, there are more men, there are far exponentially more men who are free and walking around and not incarcerated than there are incarcerated. But I get what he's doing because it's speaking to the narrative, but we have to maintain some kind of level of integrity here and make an argument in good faith. Let's go.
Let me make a case of why black women need to start dating outside their race.
Please do. I hope they do.
Because majority, if there's so many white men that if you just take the ones who are left over, let me stop. It's a joke.
Let me say, black
So,
women.
so when,
need to
so
start
hold
dating.
on. When you gonna
It's a
practice what you
joke.
preach?
Huh?
When you gonna practice what you
They're
preach?
not gonna do it, Mark.
You what?
Yeah, let's call
They're
your.
not gonna do it. When she on top and he don't got that rhythm, she's like, wait, why are you moving it? She gonna be like, oh, this ain't working. This ain't working.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, never mind.
My
We know
kids is on the street.
Stan doesn't do that.
Oh my
Listen,
God,
I'm telling you, black women.
bro. It's a AP that fell out. Man, this show is, bro, this is wild. What in the world are we talking about, bro? Oh my God.
Women are doomed if they don't understand that their natural mate is the black man. You don't want any of these other dudes. I felt the same thing in reverse. I have been involved with women of different races. Every other woman other than a black woman I've treated like a sex object because I knew I was not going to marry them or continue a serious relationship with them. It just didn't look right. It wasn't culturally right. It didn't seem like we didn't say words the same. Meeting the people in their family didn't seem like we had anything in common. Right? It felt like I was giving away a piece of my soul by being with a woman other than a black woman. It literally just
Michael.
it felt different. So I'm like, nope. The entire time I would sit and have little dreams about me being married, and it was always a black woman sitting next to me. And that's the same for a black woman. She's always going to feel like she's lacking something if she's not partnered and paired with a black man. You will be missing something. A part of your
Michael,
identity will be missing.
Hey, look here, Michael. Go get yourself a snow bunny and quit playing, buddy. Gosh damn it.
I don't think that statement is true, but I get what you're saying. I get the.
Mike. Real talk. You are on point, sir.
All right.
Nothing else to add.
Go ahead, get you a white boy Shan so you can go make potato salads with raisins in it with his mama. Go ahead and see how much you like that.
No comment.
When they ain't got no seasoning on none of their food and you gotta sit there and eat the dinner like you like it. Let me know how that go.
No, it just has pepper on it.
Hey, Mike, didn't you just get a job? You about to get fired from that job. They gonna fire your ass on Monday. You gonna walk in there and be like, "Sir, you violated."
Bro, if it hasn't happened already, it's not gonna happen. I got the dream job now, bro. They don't the world is changing. They don't give
The downside to having a YouTube channel that's accessed by the public. I'm trying to tell you.
a fuck about nothing. Do you know? You want to know how I know? I accidentally my first day in a meeting with the senior VP and VP. I clicked on Zoom and I forgot to take out the name Trigger Mike. They was like, what is this? I was like, oh,
That's so tacky.
I changed that
Nah,
shit so quick.
They probably was like,
tell us
you know, these
That's
Negroes.
so
That's his
tacky.
rap
I said,
name.
they were like, tell us about that. So I said it was about it is my shooting name, right? So I said that the meeting 3 days later, they came in and was like, so I typed your name into YouTube and I just felt like some of your. I was like, oh shit, I was gonna get. Nah, they don't give a fuck, bro. They don't give a fuck. Well, so let me put it this way:
So let me.
education,
I do have to
professors
get your
already
question
say what
back.
they want in a classroom. So you see what I'm saying? We already get to say outlandish shit in the classroom because it's not high school. I get to talk about the rainbow, like so. Yeah, they're not gonna let me go.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
I seen this. Hold on, I'm gonna send you this link.
I can't upload it. That's JR gotta do that. You
Oh,
can send it to me though. But real fast,
this,
does
this
anybody
what
have
happens
anything
when
else to say about this subject? What's that? What does it say? Introduction to dating is black genocide.
did you see this baby that just came out of her? That's a black woman and a white man. That's
Oh, that little striker.
a
She
little
might
baby.
get color when she gets a little older.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
I seen another girl that I swore was like a blonde, like a Viking.
Yeah, because whenever the
She been
dads
online saying
white,
my
they
fly.
come out a little lighter. They
Yeah.
be taking that dad gene be like strong as crap. It does.
So I mean, I would love to see your new relationship. Whenever you foster it, please bring him up on the panel so we can talk to him.
No, don't bring it. Don't
I
bring
told
it.
y'all my one dude I had that took me to the restaurant and he was telling me I fit in. I told y'all that story last week.
And you
He
also
wasn't
didn't
a
approve. You
black.
also
Wait,
didn't want to
wait.
fit in though.
Is
Yeah,
this
I
don't
didn't
bring
want
him
to
up.
what?
You also didn't want to fit in though. You was you was cool with it, but it wasn't what you wanted to
is
do.
this dude one of the dudes
No,
that you
we weren't
told us about
compatible. I
last
told
time?
you the reason why.
It was the vibes.
No, I'm not going to tell you the business on the internet, but I did tell you that
Shan, do you
I
realize in the
why.
short time I've known you, you've come off to be picky as hell
Okay.
with men? Like something always wrong with somebody.
okay. Kind of went left there at the end. And my guess is that they were at the end of a stream that was lasted several hours, and the talking points were pretty much done. But what did we discover here? I think that ultimately the point is that you can have your standards, but you have to be mindful of, are you getting the results that you're looking for in a reasonable amount of time. So this dream man, I think you have to set a time frame of when you're going to have to meet him. And this requires you to be intentional, ladies. Is that if you're not meeting him, and well, if you're not meeting him, then you may need to make some adjustments on your standards. I think for guys, it's more immediate. Like guys, as men, we don't have our timetable can't be that long before we make adjustments, because again, we're approaching, and it is a numbers game, unfortunately. So if you're not seeing this woman in your day-to-day life, you might need to make some adjustments. I'm just saying. But I think this is a great video, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the Lapeef Experience. Check out Chic Critique. I think it's on once a week. But definitely a high-level conversation. I'm going to say goes to the next time. Peace.